Hello everyone, welcome to sqadia.com. I'm Dr. Hina Khan and today we are going to discuss the Neurologia Cefalea. So this is the part one of this condition, the conditions of primary headaches that we're going to discuss over here. Now it's quite significant to discuss these conditions because we commonly come across these patients in the outpatient departments and we must know how to diagnose these conditions in a correct way. So we'd be going through the primary conditions of migraine in this lecture, as well as I'll be discussing the tension type headaches in detail over here, the diagnosis and how you move on with the treatment guidelines in this particular case would be discussed in detail over here. And we'd be also discussing the preventive measures that can be taken in this particular case of the migrainous activity and the tension type headaches for these patients. So when we consider these primary headache disorders, we have the migrainous activities, and along with that, we have the tension type headaches as well as the trigeminal autonomic neuralgias that are categorized in this group. Along with that, we have a miscellaneous group in which we have the primary headache conditions that cannot be grouped under the migrainous or the tension type headache category. They're also included in this category over here. So the migraine can be divided into a lot of different syndromes that we can encounter or experience when we are looking at the patients. We have the patients of migrainous activity having an aura, and then we have a group in which the patient would not complain of any aura symptoms at all. So chronic migraine is another category that we'll be discussing over here, and along with that, we usually come across a lot of complications of migraines that we'll be discussing. Probable migraine is another condition. And then we have the syndrome of the episodic migraine that we usually come across. The pathogenesis would be discussed in detail over here, and we'd be looking at the different factors that are involved, particularly the genetic and the environmental factors would be discussed over here. The clinical features would include the sign and symptoms of nausea, vomiting, and syncope, and even a lot of patients present with the complicated states that you have to focus on and you must be well versed with when you are diagnosing a patient. So the diagnostic criteria would be discussed in detail. How do you particularly diagnose? How do you make a differential diagnosis and then move on towards a particular definitive diagnosis in cases of migrainous activity? PET is a very important radio imaging technique that we carry out in these patients of migrainous activity. We'll be discussing the non-pharmacological as well as the pharmacological treatment that we usually resort to in patients of the migrainous activities. The pharmacological drugs that we usually prescribe to the patients, and we'll be discussing the tension type headaches as well over here, giving you a classification and an overview of the clinical features as well. The treatment would be discussed in detail over here as well. So you can watch the detailed lecture on our website, sqadia.com, by subscribing to it, and you can even start your free trial right now. Thank you for watching sqadia.com.